The first thing, how we can actually use AI as an assistive technology for research. Most of the engineering and scientific research was experimental previously, but everything become data driven now, because we can actually utilize the capabilities of AI, and we are actually getting confused with research and projects. That is a major point that I want to focus on, because we always, are we doing a project or are we doing a research? This is a question to be asked while taking an initiative. When it comes to solving real life problems, I always think that this projects are more important than research. So my thoughts towards this AI in the domain of research is particularly start with, we can understand AI as a key towards this research domain. So what we all know, actually AI is not a new technology, right? It is actually invented in 1956 itself, right? But we are actually seeing the impact of AI in the recent a few years only. After maybe after Corona only, we are actually experiencing this much involvement of AI in all domains, right? So what happened after this Corona, or what is happening with the AI domain? At the beginning, at 1956, we are actually intending uh, to create machines that can think, right? That is the only focus we put forward by introducing the word AI. But now the scenarios changed. That is, we are actually making machines not only to think, but to reason, act, and even generate something, right? So the all changes happened in the or the groundbreaking thing happened in the domain of AI is actually after the generative AI part. The generative artificial intelligence paved a particular role to make it more reachable to the people in a very particular way. I could say after the chat GPT or any other kind of applications like that. So when it comes to the research in the modern age of artificial intelligence, we can actually view this in different dimensions. The first thing, how we can actually use AI as an assistive technology for research. That is a major thing we are actually need to focus on, right? So in our traditional research, okay, we know how the research is actually getting carried out, right? We are starting with the ideation, then we are looking for the problems, then we are finding out the related works, then we are coming up with our own gaps and solution for it, and we are presenting it. And ideally, sometime we are actually going to implement it as a real product. This is the usual flow of research we are always looking for, right? At each phase of this research pipeline, we can see the impact of this AI, starting from ideation, doing a proper literature review, uh, get creating the hypothesis while doing the implementations. And what I can see is most of the engineering and scientific research was experimental previously, but everything become data driven now, because we can actually utilize the capabilities of AI in a more data-driven research. As Parashuram sir said, the data the data we are using for modeling the real world is the real challenge. So even in all domains, like whether it is physics or chemistry or humanities, whatever it is, we can see the impact of artificial intelligence in a particular way where data is actually getting utilized for the research. So there is a synergy between the data-driven research and AI. So this particular thing highlights the importance of AI for analyzing the data, coming up with the new outcomes and insights for the future. Okay, so as we are using AI as a tool in literature review, it is a very hectic task, right? We need to collect all the papers, everything we need to do by our own, and to go read all the papers and critically think and come up with the gaps. All these things are very cumbersome tasks, right? But nowadays we have AI tools like Research Rabbit or Elicit kind of tools where we can actually get all the papers related to a particular domain. Then we can compare these things in a very automated way. We can find out the gaps. We can do the visualizations. The one of the major advantage of AI involved in research is actually at the literature review part itself. Then after finding that gaps and all with this uh, very sophisticated tools, we can actually do the implementations, right? Even the modeling, even if you're not able to do the experiments in a real world situation, we can have so many AI enabled simulation tools are there, and different capabilities are actually expanded even without knowing the code. If you are not aware about programming, there are a lot of tools like low code and no code AI tools available for leveraging this AI potentials in different domains. And even after that experimentations, we need to communicate the research, our research to research as a publication, conference publication, or a journal publication, or even as a patent or a real-time product, right? So there also we can see the assistance of AI for beautifully creating our documents, creating the images we want, or to find out the proper journals. Everywhere we can actually see the impact of this AI in the entire research pipeline. So I should say AI is not going to replace any of the researchers, but the people who are equipped with AI will definitely come forward comparing to other researchers who are following the traditional pipeline for research. So that is my one point on AI and research and learning as a research. So sometimes we are actually getting confused with research and projects. That is a major point that I want to focus on, because we always, are we doing a project or are we doing a research? This is a question to be asked while taking an initiative to found something new, right? So because if you are doing a research, as an outcome of that research, there should be a scientific addition to the domain you are working with. But in the case of a project, there is no need of having a new scientific addition to this, right? So that should be distinguished, because when we are coming up with the third point of research as solving real life problems. So do we really need to research, or do we need to create projects for this? That is a very interesting question, because in projects, what we have to do is we have a lot of resources available. You have to assemble it in a particular way to solve a real world problem, right? This is what we are actually doing in a project. But in research, the thing is entirely different, because we need to have a critical thought process uh, in approaching the problem and coming up with the solution. All these things need to be verified and validated multiple times, and it is more a serious affair. So when it comes to solving real life problems, I always think that this projects are more important than research. And to support the projects, we have to do a lot of research behind it. So particularly, we have to focus on projects. And the entrepreneurship, as I experience this industry, and at the same time I have been in the academia too, there's a big gap in between this academy and industry research. Here, the academic research is more in a very low pace. It is actually going in a very low pace. But in industry, it is actually a kind of applied research we have to do. So it's more like a project when it comes to industry. So to support entrepreneurship, rather than having a very big research mind, you should have a good engineering mindset to equip with the industry requirement. So I think the researchers with a good engineering mindset will be well suited for industry, and they have to polish their engineering skills along with the research for get suitable for the industry. So the final point I just want to pay viewers, if you're utilizing AI in a very responsible way for research, it will be a great it will be coming out with a great outcome, and we can actually enhance the quality of research with AI.